All right. So might as well start right now. When the people are starting to come in. Hello, everyone. This is another one of my live streams since the last one did so well, and in my opinion was very successful. I've decided to come back and do another one. Let's see who we got in live chat right now. We got Scully's House of Thrillers saying, Javier, hey bro, and a hey to you, Scully. If y'all don't know, Scully's House of Thrillers makes some of the best videos I have seen on this entire platform. He's also known as the author that reads to you, and after my stream, I definitely recommend checking out some of his stuff. We have Lynn Agabon. Thumbs up. Thank you so much. I share. Oh, thank you so much for the share. It really means a lot. And we have beautiful Moonlight 08. Thumbs up again. Thank you so much. And really, thank you all for joining me for my second live stream. If you guys don't know how this is done, which is very likely as though I really didn't get a lot of people last time, but we're just gonna keep going. But here's how things work. So I'm going to say a poem or two, and then I'm gonna give you some facts about the poem, maybe why I wrote it and stuff like that. And I'm gonna do all of this while checking out the chat, uh, maybe taking questions from you guys or talking to you guys. Um, all around, it's just gonna be a really fun time. So thank you guys for joining me. If you like what I do on this channel, don't forget to, of course, leave a like as well as share it out. Let's get started. So I've put so I've put all of my poems into a sort of randomizer, and I've come up with about 8 poems that I'd like to share with you today. The first one up is one from the second season of Poetically Yours, which is my ongoing poetry series. It's called The Scariest Feeling. Um, some some facts about this one. I wrote this for Valentine's. This was one of two poems that I had written with the intention of releasing on Valentine's. Another really fun fact, as of right now, this is the only poem on my channel to have a dislike. And I actually remember it too. It was someone who told me that um, it was a very bland poem. My feelings were square, and nobody was really gonna like it. Which, I mean, people can have their opinions, and um, I personally think that it's a pretty good poem. Obviously, I wouldn't have put it out if I didn't think it was a good poem, but everybody's free to have their own opinions. Um, and yeah, here is the scariest feeling. The scariest feeling. I feel like it is and has been. Because as much as we want it, it's fleeting, overloaded thoughts. I wish I could blast them. Down a corridor, I feel as petrified as horrorcore. Out of a corner come the thoughts, and I could never consider it aught. To consider would be jumping in an endless void, hopeful for someone to catch me in a, a Polaroid, hoping to not burn it away, for brighters should be your eyes. Could you stop my hand from turning this matchlit anyways? For the mightiest shall be the hearts when time flies. Could you? Could you be the one To make this feeling less scary, you hold promise. And if it's true, then I'll remain honest. And I can see you and me like the art seen by a visionary. But I'm scared because of how last times have fared. So let me ask again. Could you be the one to make this feeling less scary? Poetically yours, Javier Santamaria. I can see that both Beautiful Moonlight '08 and Scully's House of Thrillers have shared me out respectively. Thank you to both of you. It really does mean a lot to me. And as a whole, it just means a lot that there are people that generally do enjoy what I put out. Scully's House of Thrillers saying it's late. We'll see who shows up. Yeah, um, I don't really expect too many people because even during my first stream, I really didn't get too many people. But at the same time, I still consider it a success just to have people watching me read poetry. So it's gonna be. Yeah, I did hear Morrison poetry, Scully. I like that video. I think I was watching it. I was watching it late at night because I was doing some catching up with a couple of YouTubers channels that I love to see, and yours was a really cool video. Anyway, this this whole streaming thing is a really interesting experiment. Just checking which time would be best. Oh, we have a new person in the chat. Boards Collard. Hello, hello. How are you doing? The music intro was long. Yeah, a little bit. Personally, I enjoy both music as well as poetry, so I didn't really mind it. I thought the music intro as well as how it transitioned into the poetry was a really cool detail. Words Collard saying, "I'm okay." All right, sounds cool. So up next, ladies and gentlemen, is a poem I like to call Controversy Part 1 Scandal. Um, the cool facts about this poem is I wrote this back when I was in high school, and um, I wrote it with a couple of people in mind. And even back then, I always said that this was just part one, because my intention was to write another controversy poem whenever I saw or experienced negativity, a large amount of negativity from a specific person, but I would never say their name as to draw more attention to them. Did you know I did that in one take on a private live streaming? You did that all in one take, Scully? Dang. Yeah, that's really impressive. I have I have trouble even making my my videos in one take. I always love to just go with one singular take. I never, do a whole bunch of parts and then edit them all together. Um, I know that's why it's no edits. I know that's why it's so impressive. Like I personally have trouble just doing 1 whole minute with no edits or using any of that stuff. But you did that with zero edits. That's once I'm 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 telling you guys once again. Scully's House of Thrillers, otherwise known as the author that reads to you, he is in the zone and highly recommend his stuff. He works really hard on his content and it shows. I also I also recommend Beautiful Moonlight '08 as well as Bard's Call Out. Actually, everyone in the stream is just such a genuine and such a good person. Thank you all. Anyway, up next is Controversy, Part 1, Scandal. Fine, I did it. You know I did it. This fire, I lit it. This thing, I wish I could bid it. Farewell to everything that was done. Farewell. I hope you certainly had your fun. Hope you feel well tonight. Any regrets I might. Guess that's the price I pay for blind justice, my faith. Do you feel like you failed? I see your ship has sailed. Trying to run away, trying to find a way. It's approaching. It's just about time. Ex Machina is coming. Start praying, cause you'll get yours, and it won't cost a dime. Hope you feel well tonight. Any regrets? You might guess that's the price we pay for blind justice, my faith. How many bonds did you think were set in stone? All for you to think you could atone. Don't worry, I'm sure you want to know one thing. There's no hurry. You'll end up trapped and have to sing. Before you take your last bow and fall, I'm sure you want to know why I told them all. There are consequences to what you do, and I'm sure you'll find that out soon. Poetically yours, Javier Santamaria. Thank you. Let's see. Their group member Javi was so busy this time. Yeah. Whoa. Bravo. Thank you so much, Scully. All right, so next up we have on the rotation, ladies and gentlemen. I have a huge journal full of poetry and my life in Holland back in the 90s. Really? That's really cool, Scully. My goodness, you should probably publish it or put some of it on YouTube. it would be really interesting, kind of seeing um your s- your stuff from so long ago and just kind of comparing it to your content now. Yeah, Scully does have a lot of people who watch his content. Beautiful Moonlight. Um, he's a pretty cool dude. See, I will read it eventually. Well, when you do, you can sure count me in. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, is Haven. Now, the interesting fact for Haven is I wrote Haven because I'm in a very weird spot in my life. Um, I wrote it as a kind of comeback poem because I was kind of going into a very weirdish place in my life, and so this was kind of me breaking out per se, with kind of giving a little bit of foreshadowing to some things in the future. I would have to censor some things because I was 20 years old and I was messed up back then. Yeah, yeah, you probably would, simply based off of YouTube and its rules, but I have a lot of poetry that I don't put out here too because sometimes we just write really messed up stuff, and yeah, it may not be appropriate or the best, but sometimes we just need to get our emotions out, and yeah, it's understandable. Ladies and gentlemen, Haven, hope you enjoy. Now, I've been gone for a minute, but now I'm back with it. It's been lots of time within these thoughts of mine. I've overthought and thought till I feel sublime, but it hasn't happened. It never does, and it may sadden, but not me, because I no longer fear my demons. I have tea with them. I no longer sing the songs. I write and then I perform, become alive. But for who do I take this form? For what is the cause to survive? I'd rather face the unseen, the unheard, and start to force me to have my eyes wide shut, candles out like my luck. Because when it's daytime, there's no haven. I have no reason to stay out until it's late. Then I wrap myself in the night. A temporary haven. I can be out of sight. It's coming. It's coming again. Poetically yours, Javier Santamaria. This is very good. Thank you, Scully. What and who is this idiot? Don't really know. A bit of something really interesting for those of you who like um, reality TV talent shows, like The Voice and American Idol. America's Got Talent was won by a poet yesterday, I believe. Anyways, up next is one of my personal favorites that I've written. It's called How Bright My Passion Burns. This poem was inspired by a historical figure. I forgot which historian it was, but some historical figure ended up telling their wife, "Oh, you know, I wish I could stay with you for the entire winter because the nights are a lot longer. So that kind of got me thinking. Hope you enjoy, folks. And if you don't enjoy, you're free. You're free to leave. After all, I'm not forcing you to stay on my stream, am I? If I should stay the night in the summer, you know I would. On for winter because the nights are longer. And stay immortal to love you longer. I wish I could. If the universe ends and there's only one thing in the abyss, rest assured it will be love being kept alive for you. For if my passion yields bliss, and if I die knowing the fire of your kiss, then I'll know all are infinite it's true. And I'd be the tragic romantic 1,000 times if it means I get closer to a love so incredible with every rhyme. My love, show me happiness, show me what it is to be bliss, and in turn, I'll show you how bright my passion burns. Poetically yours, Javier Santamaria. There you go. To the person who was asking who is this idiot, I say my name at the end of each poem. So, assuming you're good at listening, you could probably pick up on it. It's funny, man. It's funny. We've reached the halfway point of the poems that I'm going to be performing for you tonight. So if you're still here, I'd like to just once again tell you guys I am so eternally grateful that you guys are here. Um, when I first started this channel, I honestly didn't really think anybody was ever gonna watch my poetry. I didn't think anybody would even like my poetry. So to have you guys watching my stream, even if it's just 4 people, or even if it's 1,000, I'd say the same thing if it were 1 million or 1,000, or even if it was just one person watching this stream, I wouldn't care because I am so happy to have you guys here. Lynn Agabon. Why do I have thumbs down? I have thumbs down. Why do I have thumbs down? Oh, I do have one thumbs down. Oh well. It was probably that Rob, that guy who was asking who I was. Guess he didn't like the stream. Which, to be fair, fine. It's his opinion. I can't really, do anything to change his opinion. I'm not really gonna show up at his house and be like, oh my goodness, can I write you a poem specifically for you so that you'll change your thumbs down to a thumbs up? Oh well. If he didn't like it, then fine. If he's still here, thanks for the watch time though. Let's see. Halfway point. This is also beautiful moonlight. Oh, okay. Or 0 people. Keep the replay value in mind. Now that is true. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, is Only the Lost, which is a poem that which is really just a poem about the feelings of lost that I've had. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people experience these feelings as well because, growing up, leaving your childhood and your teenagehood to start and become an adult, it can be a very scary thing. So that's why I kind of wrote this poem. Imagine there are a million people watching, because there might be one day. Now that is very true, Scully. Honestly, though, that's it feels like that's such a long time away. But I am very hopeful that one day I'll get to a million people. And people like you and other writers within the YouTube community just really do inspire me just that much more. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, um, next up, Only the Lost. Hope you enjoy. It's the beginning of a new day, a true ray of light. Throughout the day and out of sight, everyone's together, those inside and those outside, enjoying better weather. And I'm alone, fond of no soul or zone. I guess it's all a blur. The world and how it's just made in a stir. Footprints fade, all hints stayed. And yet I'm a desperado in a modern desert's libido, doomed to walk alone even when I'm with you, glued to the premise when illusions revealed what's true. Don't bother, help. You won't last when I'm scaling. I'm a vertical in the world of horizontals. Simply put, only the good dine with their brothers. Only the bad run from the others. Only the lover sleeps with another. But only the lost walk alone. Poetically yours, Javier Santamaria. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, is the same way I want you. Now, the interesting fact about this poem is that you know what? I'm gonna tell you guys. The interesting fact about this poem is that I actually wrote it for a coworker about about a year and a half ago. It was because I really liked this coworker, and it didn't really lead to anything, but I'm still glad I wrote the poem. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the same way I want you. Hope you enjoy. I just can't get you off my mind, and I've thought about time after time. My mind's a mess, to tell you the truth, and my heart's obsessed when it comes to thinking of you. Your mind, your heart, your smile, I think of all the time, even when we're apart, and all the while, I wonder, do you want me the same way I want you? I just can't get you out of my mind, and this ain't new. I'm wishing upon a star for you to be mine, and I'm still up like you need enough to think about the next time I see you, and to think about me being with you. Your mind, your heart, your smile, I think of all the time, even when we're apart, and all the while, and I can't help but wonder, do you want me the same way I want you? Poetically yours, Javier Santamaria. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me and joining us in this live stream. It really means a lot. My real name is Gloria Lina Agabon Masan. Yeah. Too much long. My nickname is Lynn. Pretty cool stuff. I didn't know about you, Lynn. Anyway, next up is I loved you, and the interesting the interesting fact about this one is that this one is this one was directed at a person, another writer who I actually had romantic feelings for for quite a bit of time, and she also had these feelings for me. But ultimately, we never really got together or worked out. And one day we just texted for a bit, and yeah, I was inspired to write this. So next up is I loved you. Now I never thought I'd do this, but recently you came back for a bit, and I thought to make this for the woman who brought me too much bliss because I loved you. Darling, I loved you. Oh, I wish you could stay and sit. Let me lay you down and stay with. Stop our pattern and live together because we're both scared we're it. You said you took advantage of me, but I forgive you. I was no saint either. My distance also drove a wedge between us. It was like a theater. Tragic end. I mean it. We said goodbye, but I never wanted to. I wish I could tell you this. I wish we could be together and say, well, that's it. I wish I could show you the passion you awoke with a kiss. I wish our minds and hearts could be together as in a dream so vivid. But I must accept that, like this poem, there is no satisfying end to this story. Poetically yours, Javier Santamaria. Well, folks, unfortunately, we are coming down to the very last poem on our set for tonight, and even more unfortunate, it's not really too much of a happy one. In fact, the name of this poem is called "Yesterday I Almost Did It." Now, one interesting question I always get asked is, "What did you almost do?" And without upsetting YouTube, I can tell you guys I almost did something that I would have regretted. I almost did something that would have made my family cry. And I'm just lucky that I was able to call someone that was able to help me get out of that really dark place because I still have a lot of goals and dreams that I want to do. And I'm not saying my life is perfect right now by any means, but I'm so glad that I'm still here and that I'm still able to speak my mind and speak my poetry for those people who will listen. Even if it's just one or two views, even if it's 100 views or 1,000 or a million, even if people hate it, I'm still so glad that I'm here with all of you. So, thank you. It's always House of Thrillers. It's always darkest before dawn. Very true, my friend. Very true. Hopefully, you enjoy, folks. Yesterday, I almost did it. It would have been the last day, the finale. Time stopped all around. It was the view from quarterway down. Dreamt of other words, of what could happen left without another word. I failed you so many times, so boxed in that to leave felt sublime, but I just couldn't do it. No matter how awful I felt and how lonely I am by myself, even if I failed so much that my shame is even seen in the darkest of nights, I still called you of all people when I turned on the lights. I don't even know why. I had no reason to tell the truth or lie. I could have left without a trace, but I called you at the end. I felt like I could still go on for a couple of days. But yesterday I almost did it. Yesterday I almost did it. I ended up promising you, and now I turn away from the exit, even if I wanted. I almost did it. To see someone cry, and a lot more lie. Oh, I loved him so much when he was alive. I'm sorry for so much strife. Yesterday I almost did it, and it would have been the final choice. Yesterday, I almost did it. But today I woke up, and everything was normal. Everything felt normal. Poetically yours, Javier Santamaria. Follow and make sure that you're there for one another. Try to focus on helping people. It helps. Thank you, Scully. Hopefully, I never have an experience like the one I had. But if I do, I'll try to stay focused on helping people as well. Who gave me a dislike? Thanks for giving me my second dislike, as well as all that much time. But anyway, no, seriously though, thank you guys so much for watching my second live stream. Without you guys, like my post or want to support me enough to come by, leave a like, or even watch my stream. So much. I hope your guys' days or nights are really good. That was me. Hi. Almost got me with that one. Anyway, I hope your guys' days or nights are really good. This has been Javier Santamaria, and